Later done. Sparkle up the place. Do you want me to make any tea?
Hi, everyone. It's me. I'm here. Ivan's not here yet. He might have slept in. I mean, he's had a rough week. This week has been really intense. Let me make sure I have no sound making me crazy. There we go. Okay, so I'm still gonna do. Oh, Ivan got here. Great. Oh my gosh. Ivan, you made it.
I'm just setting my camera.
Okay,
We have an
great.
airstrike right now, 2 loud explosions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just saying that I don't know if Ivan's going to make it because he might have to sleep because you've had a month. Not a month, a week of, he's in Kyiv, everyone. He's had a week of, the bombs being headed at Kyiv, but fortunately, they have been able to stop all those bombs from harming anyone, but still you're getting the loud noises. You're not able to sleep. It's been intense for you and the grannies too. So you're excused if you want to go back to bed.
No, it's impossible anyway. If you were here, you wouldn't be able to sleep. From time to time, you probably can see some explosions. In this case, I will turn my face from the window because this is the reflex as if we are Pavlov's dogs. So it's the experience that we have during these 15 months. So literally 45 seconds ago, it was the loud sound of rocket engine, and then in explosions, some car signalizations start working.
The car alarms, yeah.
Everything is as usual.
So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I'm Madame Pamita. This is my friend Ivan. I'm in Los Angeles. Ivan's in Kyiv. Ivan is our amazing, you're like an amazing angel bringing food to seniors in Kyiv, and you have a team, and part of your team is in Zaporizhia, and the other team is you and the couple of people you have in Kyiv, and you have 200 seniors that you're helping by bringing food, and that's what we're doing here today, which is raising money for to help feed these seniors. So what we're doing is I'm doing tarot readings. It's $10 donation per card. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask and you'd like to get a tarot reading for me, you can get a 1-card reading for $10, 2 cards 20, 30, 3 cards 30, 10 cards $100. Whatever you donate, I'll do that many cards. If you want to donate directly, you don't want a reading, you can do that. You can either donate to me and I'll pass it along to Ivan, or you can donate directly to Ivan. He always could use the support. This is a thing that I think he's really, it's so great to see you, Maminka, Billy. So here, I'm going to put it in here. Adricha, Buchanan, can you put the links to where to donate, where they can donate? So you can donate on Venmo, and Buchanan will put my Venmo. You could put at Parlor of Wonders. That's my Venmo. Or you can donate to PayPal. PayPal is madamepamita@gmail.com. And then those donations, once you've made them, go ahead, say where you've donated, what your question is that you'd like to look at with the tarot, and then we're off to the races. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to do one quick little thing because I've literally been here for 2 hours without a break, and I need to get my cord so that I can plug in my computer and we don't run out of battery. And the other thing I need to do is get a cup of water because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. While I'm doing that, Ivan, do you want to share a little bit about what's going on in Kyiv? Do you want to share about a granny? What do you want to do?
I think that I will describe our current situation in general. Meanwhile,
okay, all right, okay, and Buchanan, if you can go in and put those links in while I'm gone, I'll be back in literally 1 minute. So okay,
sure. So to all who are here, good evening to the United States. I cannot say good morning to Kiev because it's not good. And during this May, we had no less than maybe a dozen of airstrikes. So we have them almost every night. All this stuff starts approximately at 10 p.m. when it gets dark. So Russians launch a lot of tools, including drones, including cruise missiles, even ballistic missiles. Many of them go to Kiev, and usually it ends around 5 a.m. So I'm expecting for its end maybe in 20 minutes. If I turn on my camera and microphone literally a minute earlier, you should listen to a very loud explosion right here. So yeah, if I'm disappear from time to time, no worries. It's just a reflex because nobody wants his eyes to be, damaged by the glass. Yeah, but in general, I'm quite a fatalistic person, and I think that you cannot avoid your fate. You can be killed by a brick that fell from the roof. So you can just sleep in the bathroom and smash your skull. So yes, the situation is it could be described only by swearing, and I don't want to swear here.
It's terrorism because it's not just it's pure terrorism is what it is. This is a terrorist state doing terrorist acts. It's not because
First of
it's
all, it's very exhausting for us because when you cannot sleep normally, uh, one day after another, it makes your nervous system very fragile, and you are in some misty mode. So your brain is like in a fog.
Mm.
Yeah. But anyway, we continue doing our work, and I really expect on the result today because I have only $30 a single donation for today. And of course, since we had a very productive start of the week, I don't want this line to be interrupted.
Yeah.
And let's do some work. Let's get answers to some questions, and let's feed some grannies. Actually,
Yes.
this is all I wanted to tell about the situation. And also, we have a photograph of the granny I wanted to introduce.
Is it on Insta? Did you send it on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it in there. So, all right. So what we're doing is, if you just popped in, what we're doing is we're doing tarot for kindness, which means that I'm doing tarot readings to fundraise to buy groceries for elders in Ukraine who are really suffering with all this, terrorist bombing. The good news is, so far, the good news is that the Ukrainian forces have been able to get every single one of those rockets, but that doesn't mean that the rockets aren't making noise and there's, stuff that's falling. It just isn't hitting directly on buildings or anything like that. So that is a little piece of good news in what's going on, but certainly doesn't make it any easier. You're still being terrorized. You're still not being able to sleep and you're being tortured, but at least there's that little positive thing that's going on with that. And then
I want to clarify this a little.
uh-huh.
Any system in the world couldn't intercept 100% of the air tools, especially if there are ballistic missiles. So we cannot do this either. In addition, we have one of two Patriot systems damaged 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So now our defense power is hugely decreased. Yeah, so all this noise, it's not just a noise, it could be very dangerous.
Yeah. Uh, my heart is with you. I mean, I just look at the news and I think about you guys every day. All right, so I'm looking over here because I want to get those donations in. So let's talk a little bit about the grannies while those donations are coming in. It takes $40 to buy groceries, 2 weeks worth of groceries. Yvonne likes to go to visit these seniors once a month. So he brings about 2 weeks of worth of groceries. So that helps alleviate hunger, alleviate their choices between medicine. Sometimes you even bring medicine as well. So we're only averaging about $40. I'm sure some are a little bit more because you have to buy medicine and so on for them, and you're helping them in that way as well. Or if they have like the my favorite I think it's Alexandria, the one
Alexandra.
Alexandra that has the dog. She has a little dog and she was feeding the dog but not able to feed herself. You brought a little dog food for her dog too. So you're very personalized with your packages. It isn't just, everybody gets the same. It's what the individual
Course,
needs.
if you know a person during many months, you know a lot about her, and of course you can customize your grocery package.
So $40 will approximately, give or take $40 will buy those groceries. So for every $40 that we raise here tonight, we're going to help one senior. So we're trying to do every month. Maybe we'll be doing this. I hope we'll be doing this for 200 weeks. I don't mean that the, invasion is going to go on for 200 weeks, but they're still going to need help even after the invasion, right? You're not going to abandon them, right? So maybe we'll go through all 200 and we'll get to know each one. So we have the Granny of the Week, right? Our Granny of the Week. And I'm
Yeah.
going to share this picture. Let me get this picture up. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted for now because one ear is listening to you and another left ear is listening to the window and seeking for any kind of weird sounds.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
right.
but I have to tell you guys that this granny is always inspiring me because her story is absolutely amazing. Her name is Valentina Ivanovna. It's very easy to remember for me because this is the name of my first teacher in the school, my very lovely teacher. So Valentina Ivanovna is 95 years old, 95. She lives in Zaporizhia and she spent her youth in Nazis occupation for a couple of years. She saw a lot of disgusting and terrible things, and her future husband, he survived in Sachsenhausen concentration camp for 3 years. 3 years. It's absolutely amazing because usually people cannot make it for that long. So these people, they know how bitter our life can be, but after the Second World War, they got in touch, became to date, and then they married and lived a very long life together. They both worked in the heavy industry, in the metal plant, and this granny gave us an advice. And this advice was something like seek happiness every day of your life, whatever it takes, and always try to find something positive in every situation. And it's very inspiring because it was told by a person who saw a lot of bad things in her life and who is in a very bad situation right now. So if she can find positive and seek happiness, why couldn't we do this? When I think that I am in trouble, and I can be in trouble indeed, but when I think that I'm in trouble, I always think about this granny. It makes me a feeling of that my troubles are nothing but the illusion in comparison with what she faced with.
To be faced with such unbelievable and unimaginable. I mean, I think even what you're going through now is somewhat unimaginable, and what she's going through now, but even in her past, to go through these unimaginably horrific circumstances and still find beauty and joy and happiness. What a beautiful lesson, a beautiful message for us, you know? So beautiful.
Yeah. And by the way, one more minute, please. I changed the format of my posts on Facebook and Instagram, and we became interviewing all our grannies because, accept their gratitude, they can share their wisdom with us and give some advices, share a life experience. And now every my post since yesterday is started with the words, the advice of the day. And here we have some citation from the granny of the day. And the same is supposed to be today if we have enough funds. And this is the granny from yesterday. So I invite everyone to become my friend on Facebook, to get some wisdom from grannies, to see our reports, to see what is going on in Kiev and Zaporizhia in general. Yeah.
So beautiful. Well, I've got some good news. Adrija wants a 3-card reading, so we have $30 more coming. Billy donated $40, so she gets a 44-card reading. So we've
Excellent
got
start.
we've got a
Thank
great
you.
start already. So let's get. Do you mind if I get to some readings? I'm going to stop the share right now.
Yeah,
You can
sure.
relax. Maybe you can take a little nap.
No, it's barely possible until the alert is over.
Yeah. So, okay. So first, Adrija was the one. She has a question. And then Billy, if you want to put your question, I don't know if you got your question in there, put the question in the chat over here on YouTube. And then I'll know what you're asking, okay? So Adrija wants to know about, I'm talking to a new guy, and what is the future potential with me and the new guy? It's kind of fun. Oh, we just had another one come in. Wonderful. Another donation. Keep them coming, you guys. Keep them coming, and then write your questions in the chat. All right. I love it. We're feeding grannies today. Some granny's going to get some great food, and this will be a great consolation for her after a rough night. Right? So good. Okay. All right, let's see, Adrija. Oh, this is an interesting. It's kind of a little roller coaster ride I see here. Interesting roller coaster ride with this relationship. Are you ready for a roller coaster ride, Adrija? Because that's what you've got. So with this one, we've got Ace of Cups. That's a beautiful card for love. This is the pure essence of water. And water, the element of water represents our emotions, our heart. You know, just like water kind of flows in and out, the ocean, the tides go in and out, water flows. You think about how water is really a symbol of emotions. It kind of makes sense, right? Our emotions aren't usually the same. Our emotions change. Even throughout one day, our emotions can change. Like I think of Valentina with her positive attitude, she's chosen to direct that water where she wants it to go, right? It's directing the water. Water's flexible, water flows. Yvonne's a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer. We're water signs. We understand this world very intimately, very well. So Ace of Cups energy can be about the pure essence of love. Now that can be, of course, romantic love, friendship love. It can be a new baby, a new pet, a new friend. But in your case, you're asking a question, Adrija, about a new possible relationship, a new romance. So this Ace of Cups says that there's going to be a new romance. There's going to be something. There's going to be a heart connection here. This is a loving emotion. And also the emotions are going to go back and forth. So this is a very positive card for that. However, It's like we go high, high, and then the roller coaster goes down, but then it goes back up again. So, second card, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is an ending. It ends. So the relationship starts, is great, and then the relationship ends again. So you need to be prepared. You're going to be going on a roller coaster ride with this one. 10 of Swords is one chapter closing and a new chapter beginning. A chapter closing and a new chapter beginning. However, what is the new chapter? So interesting. The Judgment card is a rebirth. This relationship comes back together again. So I think of this relationship as being like we fall in love, we break up, but then we come back together and come back together in really an evolved way, in almost a better way. This can be, like the new love that you don't really know the other person. But when it comes back, it's going to be stronger. It's going to be better because this card is a card of evolution, right? We have here Judgment Day. Like this is like biblical Judgment Day, right? We've got these people that were in these coffins and they're coming out of the coffins. And if you know about the myth or the story of Judgment Day, it's supposedly when Angel Gabriel blows his horn and the righteous people, the good people will come out of their coffins and go, their whole bodies will go up to heaven. So it's like a better version of heaven, according to that story, that legend, right? What I'd like to think of this card being, and what this whole reading sort of is about maybe even the whole process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. If you know how a caterpillar goes through 3 stages, first it's a little caterpillar, then it goes into a cocoon, and then out of the cocoon comes the butterfly. Well, what you might not know is what happens in that cocoon. Do you know what happens in the cocoon, Yvonne?
Yeah.
What happens?
The caterpillar is slightly growing.
No, it's intense. The caterpillar completely liquefies into soup. It becomes caterpillar soup. And then from that caterpillar soup, the butterfly is formed. That's intense. That is not a pretty thing. Right? I always thought the same thing until like a couple of years ago. I thought, well, it just sprouts some wings, right? That's what happens. The caterpillar is destroyed and the butterfly is born, right? So it's like this amazing, if you think about it in a magical sense, caterpillar's pretty good. Caterpillar can be cute, but a butterfly is gorgeous, right? We would always, if I offered you a butterfly or a caterpillar, most people will pick the butterfly than the caterpillar because it's beautiful, it's magical, it's gorgeous. So what I'm saying about this relationship for you, Adrija, is that it's going to start out pretty good. You're going to have a separation of some kind, but then you will come back together again. And when you come back together, it will be better than it was before. It will be the butterfly to the caterpillar of the beginning of the relationship. You just have to be willing to withstand the cocoon part. It can be painful. This can be a painful card too. But think about if you think about it, like the work that happens in that cocoon, it's necessary to become a butterfly. If you want to be a butterfly, if you want to have this evolved, gorgeous, beautiful, expansive relationship, it might have to have a hard time in the middle, but it's going to be better in the end because of it. So that's what I see about this. So it's up to you. Do you want to have this roller coaster adventure? Then be prepared. Come in, but be careful in the beginning. Don't get too deep in the beginning because there's going to be some disconnect in the middle and then you'll come back together again. So it's a nice preparation for you and knowing what to expect with this relationship. It could be really great. It could be really great, but you have to be able to withstand the cocoon stage, which is not easy. It's not easy, right? To have an ending and close a chapter and then have a new beginning can be kind of intense. So thank you so much, Adrija. Thank you for donating. Oh my gosh, that's helping so much. All right, Billy is another donation, 4 cards.
Billy, thank you for inviting me to your friend list on Facebook. I saw this, but I cannot push the button at the moment. I will do this
Oh,
in
that's
an hour.
great. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's see. All right, what's your Venmo handle? Da, 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 okay. Sandra says big hugs to you. We all do. I mean, we all, Yvonne, we are
Oh,
so
guys,
many
it's
people.
so hard. It's so difficult to be alone in this. Yeah, so every hugs, even virtual, are essential.
Yeah.
It's really exhausting.
Yeah. I can imagine. I mean, I can't even imagine. I was gonna say I can imagine, but I can't imagine. I think it helps to know, just like the grannies, they know you're coming and it they don't feel like they're forgotten.
Yeah.
You are not forgotten, Ivan. All the people in Ukraine are not forgotten. We are thinking of you. We are watching the news. We're donating, raising money. You are not forgotten. My goal
You
is,
are, I know you are, but many people, they just switched their focus of attention to another things, and I can understand them because nobody wants to get involved into someone else's trouble.
but you know what? It doesn't matter if, I keep saying it, I keep posting about it, I keep making people watch it, like know about it, think about it. I keep making people think about it in a way that I hope they think of Ukraine, and the way I think of Ukraine and Ukrainian people and people living in Ukraine is that, we care and we are paying attention. And so, yeah, you're going to have, people that are watching, Eurovision or whatever, right? But then, there are those people that will stick with it. I will stick with it. I know there are other people. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who are really consistent. So,
Yes, of
yeah.
course, otherwise we couldn't be able to feed 200 grannies.
Yep.
Of course.
We're going to feed 200 grannies this month. I know it. All right. So Billy says, okay. Billy says, I donated for a 3-card reading, but you donated an extra $10, I see. Oh, we got another couple of Sandra and Ayana and Sonia and Cynthia. Well, we got lots of donations. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get to these. So Billy, do you have a question? Let's see. Okay, Billy's question. 3-card is good. The extra is just for the fundraiser. Okay. Okay, so Billy's question is, I'm at a crossroads of sort with some work and relationship, just some guidance. Okay. All right, we are going to get to all of you guys. Keep those donations coming. This is awesome. So Billy donated an extra $10 so you could buy a full, she bought a full granny, $40. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Here's what I see. All right. So, first card, Billy, is the Sun card. Good card, positive card around this. So, you're at a crossroads with some work and relationship. If this card comes up, this is a positive card, meaning it's all going to work out okay. There's a carefree energy about the Sun. You know about the Sun card. It's free, it's playful, as a little baby. The baby's riding on a horse in a beautiful sunny day in a garden. Ukrainian sunflowers in the background. It's a happy card, right? However, it's also a card about being transparent and being honest, not lying, not covering up, or not hiding secrets. So this card is probably saying to you, you need to be a little more forthcoming or a little more open about what the situation is. Do you have to have a discussion with work? Do you have to have a discussion with relationship? Do you need to make everything transparent and show them everything? This little baby's naked, right? And unashamed naked, like, hey, here I am, I'm having a good time. And think about this. When the sun shines on something, it is all visible. Very different than the moon. When we have the moon, we can only see, even a full moon, we can only see a few feet in front. But the sun is so bright that we can see miles away. We can see far, far away. We can see the mountains in the distance, and we can see quite far. So sun energy means being transparent, being open, being honest, being truthful. You can be honest and be kind. You don't have to be mean or say something that's going to hurt someone, but you need to have some transparency and some honesty, both with work and the relationship. To get to your good result is going to take some discipline and diligence. The hanged man shows up, or the hanged one, they say here, the hanged one. This card is a sort of a mythological scene, because we have this guy, and he's got this halo around his head, and he's hanging by his foot. Halo around the head, of course, means enlightenment. There's light around. To get the enlightenment, to really get the enlightenment, you have to make a sacrifice. This is quasi-representative of the god Odin in Norse mythology. Odin wanted to know what the runes meant, the runes. There was a secret language that only these three women, the Fates, the Norns, they were the only ones that had the information. But he was so curious and thirsty for knowledge. He was like, I'll do anything to find out. So he hung himself by the foot and looked down into the pool below him. And for 9 days, he looked into the scrying mirror of this pool below him, teetering between life and death. This is a shamanic practice, like a shaman. And so at the end of the 9 days, he received the enlightenment. Now, if you can imagine hanging by your foot for 9 days, it's extreme, right? Hovering between life and death, very extreme, very painful, sacrifice. But it's not sacrifice like I'm losing something. It's sacrifice that I'm willing to do anything to get to the thing, including being disciplined, sticking around for 9 days to do it, being diligent. So what area do you need to have some discipline and diligence around these two topics? Do you need to, do something that's a little hard, maybe super challenging? It might be some sacrifice of some kind, but ultimately it results in gaining something, right? He gained the enlightenment of being able to understand the runes. And then he was able to share it with the other gods in Asgard and the humans and so on. So now we can understand the runes because of his sacrifice. So this is this idea that you're sacrificing or you're giving up something or being disciplined about something for a larger goal. And so I don't know exactly what that is, but it may make sense to you. Lastly, we see you in a great pleasure place at the end. So see this, it starts out in a very happy place. We have some, it's not even challenging. It's just like it's hard work of some kind that needs to be done. But then ultimately it leads to our 9 of Pentacles, which is enjoyment and pleasure. This is plenty. This is growth. She's got a beautiful vineyard with grapes and she's got these gold coins. So this is, and she's enjoying herself. She's in her beautiful gown. She's playing with her bird, her little falcon. She's enjoying the garden. So this is a great result in terms of career. This can mean growth in terms of economic growth for you. In terms of relationship, this means shared pleasures together. So I see that if you're willing to do the hard work, you can get there. You probably know what the hard work is, and doing the hard path is going to lead you to that good result. So it might be going to school and learning something, or it might be working really extra hours to get to that place, or it might be working on the relationship, but ultimately that will lead to this great result that you're hoping for. So that's what I see for the path ahead of you. All right. Okay. Okay. So Sandra donated. Okay. Let's talk about this. Oh, you guys are so cute. So Sandra donated $45, probably 46, but they take a little bit at Venmo. So and I make up the difference. So I'm guessing you probably donated $46. So it's 4 cards with a little something extra for the grannies and Tarot for Kindness. So
Can
Sandra,
I
yes.
ask a question?
Mhm.
Is Sandra is the same person who friended me on Facebook last week? I cannot read the comments, but probably she can write this and you will read.
Yes, so Sandra will write it, and it's Sandra Ray, RHEI. Does that sound familiar?
No.
Okay, so maybe it's a different Sandra. If you guys, you should follow Yvonne, and Buchanan, can you put Yvonne's Facebook account in here? He's one of my friends, so if you go into my Facebook, I don't even know if you have Facebook. Buchanan, do you? I don't even know. If not, I can go get it real quick. But if you can put it there so people can follow Yvonne, that'd be great. So Sandra's question is, will I meet my person soon? We'll not only look at that, Sandra, with 3 cards, we can look at what's going to help you meet your person soon. Okay. All right. Let's do this. My cards. Oh, okay. All righty. Cards are all turned around. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's do some shuffling. Thanks so much, you guys. So we're doing tarot readings for those of you that are just popping in. We're doing Tarot for Kindness. Tarot for Kindness is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And Yvonne, who's in Kiev, and me, who's in Los Angeles, we get together. Yvonne is feeding grannies, and I'm raising funds to feed grannies. So together, we make a good team, pretty good team. I'm your chocha.
Yeah, the signs of water, of course.
Yes. I always tell Yvonne I'm his long lost auntie, his titka, right? All right. Let's take a look. What's going to bring that person to Sandra? Not only when, is it going to come soon, but how do we get there? Okay. And you have 4 card reading. Thank you so much, Sandra.
And thank you so much for adding me to your list. I have just seen it.
Thank you. Yes, go follow Yvonne on, I think,
now
wonderful.
You will be updated every day about what is going on here.
Okay, great. Yes, if you're not Love Witch, you can either, if you can't find it. Oh, someone put glory to Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. Slava Ukraini. All right. So Sandra, will I meet my person soon? Okay. Not only will I meet my person soon, what do you need to do to meet that person soon? Okay. First card is the 6 of Swords. So 6 of Swords is a little boat. It's a ferryman that's pushing the boat and 2 little figures. They're going over to this island over here. They're leaving the rough waters and going into the smooth water. So this is card always, it can be always a card of improvement. It's a card of improvement, moving from a rough situation into a smoother situation. However, I have a question for you. Is there some kind of attachment that you still have to someone from the past? Because sometimes this card is like, is your boat still tied to the dock, right? You can get to this really great, beautiful island, beautiful land over here, but if your boat's tied to the dock, it's hard to get there. So the first question I would have to ask you, Sandra, is there an old attachment? Now, the old attachment could be an old attachment to a person. It could also be an old attachment to an outmoded idea. Outmoded idea, because this is ideas, thoughts, beliefs, swords. Outmoded idea could be something like, oh, all the good ones are taken. There's nobody out there. All potential partners are real jerks, or some kind of thing that's an attachment that you have that's preventing you from moving forward into this. So I would ask you to do some reflection. And do you think, is there a relationship from the past, an experience from the past, or an outmoded idea that you need to gently detach from? untie your boat from that dock so that you can move forward. That's the first thing. Second thing I see, Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles is a card where we see two poor people that are out in the snow, and there's a church behind them. There's a stained glass window. The church is lit from within, but they're out in the snow. So sometimes I call this card the pity party. Pity party is, oh, woe is me, poor me. Oh, nothing ever works out for me. So if that is the situation for you, that you feel sad because you're lonely or sad because you're not with someone, then what you have to do is what these people have not done yet, which is think about this. Doesn't take a genius to figure this one out. The church is lit from within. They're out in the snow. They don't even have shoes on their feet. What makes sense? What would you do if the church was lit from within, Yvonne, and you were out in the snow with bare feet?
I would go inside and ask God to stop all this immediately. What is happening in Ukraine?
Right? You don't even have to be religious, though. You can go into a church and get warm, right? If the church is lit from within, you can just get your feet out of the snow. But let's pretend this is a really great church where they really care about people. They might give you some clothes, some food, shelter, help you out, help you get back on your feet again. However, you have to find the door to get in, right? You have to find the door that's unlocked. They're standing on the snow. They haven't started to look for the door. So what we're talking about here is you getting resourceful. First of all, getting out of the feelings maybe sad or sorry. It's like, it's, if we want someone and we're not with someone, it's normal to have that grieving process. But if you're circling around and around in that feeling, it's time to get out of that, to get into a more positive state of mind where you're like, I can bring my person in, not all guys are jerks and I never meet anybody and all this maybe, negative feeling that you're feeling. So get into the positive state of mind, and I'm going to go and get it. So you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to put yourself out in the world in some way, to get into places where you can meet people. Could be online, it could be getting more social or getting out there now that we're able to do that a little bit more. But get those two things are the things that need to be taken care of: the attachment to the past and the proactiveness of going and getting what you need and not feeling sad and sorry for yourself. You have a little time of feeling sad and sorry, and then it's time to dust yourself off and go. When
So
you
this
do
card
that,
is saying just to look around and prepare for some action.
yeah, and prepare for some action, and maybe even take the gauntlet. Like if there's something that you could be doing that would bring more new meetings with you and other people, then do that thing. By the way, Buchanan, if you can be of help here, there's an article on my website called 66 Places that you can meet new people. I came up with a list of 66 ideas on ways that you can meet new people, not just romantic, but like friendships or having, some social. If you move to a new city, what can you do? Now, you don't have to do all 66. You look at it like a buffet. If you go to the buffet, you go, oh, I like that one. I'm going to try that one. I'll try that one. So try the ones that appeal to you or more natural for you, or you feel comfortable with, and do those things. All right. So if you could put that in, that would be so helpful, Buchanan, if you could do that. So if you do that, be proactive, get out of the feeling sorry for yourself, and detach from the attachments that are keeping you stuck in the past. Then what happens? We have a saying in English, it's on like Donkey Kong. There's a video game, Donkey Kong. Do you know that video game? Old video game. Oh, it's an old video game from the 80s, I think, with a little monkey, and there's barrels. You have to catch the barrels before they hit you, right? The monkey's throwing the barrels. Gorilla, big gorilla.
I didn't have a desktop.
This was a video game in the arcade. That's how old it is. 80s. You had to put money in and play the game, and boy, you could put a lot of money in those machines. It was a different time. But it's on like Donkey Kong, we've got the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who is passionate. This is magnetism, chemistry, fire energy, beautiful energy, fast moving. So it will happen very quickly. It will definitely happen very quickly with a fiery person because you've done these things to prepare for this. Then you've got your knight in shining armor, and he, she, they will be like, you'll have chemistry. There will be attraction. It'll happen fast. It'll be fireworks and explosions, not the good kind, not the bad kind, and all of that beautiful chemistry and passion and magnetism between you. It's such a good card to see for a relationship. But you think, well, if it's a fiery relationship, if it has a lot of passion, won't it burn out? No, because we have the Eight of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles is working on building something long lasting. So the two of you will work on the relationship to build something strong and long lasting for the two of you. This person is willing to work, you're willing to work, to do the work to make this a serious and permanent relationship. So I think it's a very clear message, like make some little changes on the front end, detaching from the past, being proactive, maybe getting in a more positive mindset, and then you'll have that gorgeous relationship. It's going to happen fast too, once you do that. So it's like, it's a little bit of a contingency. If you do these things, it will happen quickly. So if you want the relationship quickly, take care of that business on the front end and you'll have that. Okay, great. All right. Adrija says, going back to the old reading, can it be with my ex? It could be something with your ex. It could be closing the doors, that's door closing and a new beginning. So it could be that, Adrija. All right, Jen has a question. Let's see. You guys are so sweet. Jen has a question. And like, Jen, did you make a payment? And where did you make a payment? You need to let me know where. So 3-card reading is, you could have done it on PayPal. Let me look up on PayPal. Hold on, you might have. Let me look there. Hold on. Takes me a second. And then PayPal always logs me out, which is super annoying. I mean, after like a minute, it logs you out. All right, let me look here. And then we'll take care of you. Okay. Sorry, guys, it's taking a minute. Come on, PayPal, hurry up. All right, well, while we're waiting for that, Ayana made a donation for a 3-card general love reading. Okay, it's love night tonight. Love is in the air, huh? Lots of love readings. All right, Ayana, 3-card reading. Okay, let's take a look at yours. And then Jen, I'll look at yours in a second. Okay. For those of you who don't know, we're doing Tarot for Kindness. We're doing readings for $10 per card donation. 1 card reading $10, 3-card reading $30, whatever amount you give, that's how many cards we'll do. 10-card reading $100. And then we're donating 100% of that money to feed seniors in Ukraine. And Yvonne's doing the hard work of bringing the groceries. But you also get the sweetness and the love from the grannies. So I guess it's a good trade, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, I like this. So Ayana, first card is the High Priestess. High Priestess is a little shy. So she's a little quiet, a little reserved, and a little shy. So if that's the case, outgoing people, it's easier for outgoing people to meet people, right? They could just feel comfortable walking up to someone, introducing themselves, talking to a new person, right? But if you're a little bit shy, then you have to find ways that nurture comfortableness, right? So what that could be would be, for example, opening up maybe a little bit and feeling comfortable doing that. Now that might be doing something where you get to know people over time so that you get to feel that comfort level. So this High Priestess is saying don't do speed dating. Do you know what speed dating is, Yvonne?
No.
Speed dating was this thing they had about 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't even know if they do it anymore, where you have people who are single and you have 5 minutes to talk to each person. And then at the end, you would fill out a little card saying if you were interested or not interested. And then if you were both interested, they would match you together like a matchmaker.
So
But this
it's
is
like
before.
a TV. It's like a TV show.
But this is before all those TV shows, before online dating was really much of a thing. So, so it's a like old fashioned version of that. But to be pressured, like to get to know someone for 5 minutes and then make a decision might be too much for you, Ayana. So you wouldn't want to do that. High Priestess would not be comfortable doing that. But you could volunteer for something. You could get involved in something. You could do something that puts you in a situation where you're meeting new people, maybe for another purpose, or maybe you get to know them over time. You're working on the same project together, and that's going to make you feel comfortable so that you can open up a little bit. Where you're going to meet this person is in a playful environment, or, you know, like a joyful, playful party environment. It could be something celebrating something. So maybe it's a little more relaxed where you meet this special someone because it's you know, it's a playful environment, and maybe you feel a little comfortable, more comfortable in that environment. If you are not having playful environments, then I would say cultivate that play. Maybe it's getting involved in something that feels playful to you, right? Maybe it's like a group where you play volleyball together, or a group of artists or photographers who go out on an adventure taking pictures around the city. Bring in social activity that's joyful and playful. So not a work environment. It's not like, you know, something intense. It's something joyful and playful. Think about what play you like to enjoy and how you can bring other people into that, because we can play by ourselves. I can paint by myself, or write a book by myself, or play an instrument by myself. But when I bring it out into the world, then I get to meet people around that. So that's what you need to do, is bring in those environments that are playful and joyful. Last is Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is like being logical about your relationship choices. And I think that that's a two-parter, because on one hand, be logical about what will bring you this love, what will bring this relationship to you. So think ahead, like think about it, like what would open you up to these joyful, playful, social environments, and at the same time make you feel comfortable. So you're gonna have to think. The other thing is too, you're going to be rational about the choice. The person that comes before you is going to be someone that is going to make sense to you. It's going to make sense logically to you. I think your head has to be engaged before the heart's engaged, for you in particular. So head engaged means they're mentally stimulating. They're an intelligent person. We have good conversations. I like the way they think. I see what they're doing, and it's something that is in alignment with my values. That's all logical, right? So when you see the logical part, then you feel safe for your heart to open up. It's not that you are cold or distant or no emotion. It's just that they have to look and make sense to you logically before you will allow your heart to open. So that's what I see for you. Yes.
By the way, this card is cooperating very good with the second one, which is telling us about the social activity. So you have a chance to find a person who has the same interest with you, which means that you could think alike.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to have conversations and get to know each other. I think that's a really, you know, she's a communicator, the Queen of Swords. She's logical, she's rational, she has good judgment, you know, all of that. So I love seeing that. So that's how you're going to have that. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got some Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer. So you did a 3-card reading, and you did 30 and 10. So does that mean you want a 4-card reading, or you're just donating the extra? I don't know what it is. Let's see. So she's asking for a 3-card reading. So I guess the 10 is just an extra feeding the grannies money. Okay. All right. So Jen, let's take a look at yours. And if you guys want a reading from me right now, you can do it. Donate on Venmo or donate on PayPal. $10 per card. I will do the reading for you. 100% of the money of the proceeds, plus I make up the difference, what PayPal takes out and what Venmo takes out. I put in the difference there so that you get the full amount that everyone donated. Whatever that money comes in, we give it to Yvonne. Yvonne buys groceries for the seniors and delivers those groceries. $40 buys 2 weeks of groceries for a senior, but he has 200 mouths to feed. You're like, there's a little poem when we're kids, the old lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. You have so many seniors, but you do know what to do. We have to raise money and feed them. But you have a lot of mouths to feed, 200 mouths a month. That's a lot. 50 a week, that's a lot. So we need to do lots of tarot readings. I usually stay here until everyone's got their reading. So, and if you miss it, like if you have to go to bed, if you're on the East Coast or you have to go somewhere or be somewhere, don't worry, because we record these and then they stay on YouTube, so you can always catch it later. You just won't be able to answer my questions. So, all right. Oh, 4 cards. Great. So Sandra's going to do, oh no, so Sandra did 4 cards. We did that already. Okay, Jen, 3-card reading. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. And Jen's question is whether I should look for another job. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. So here's what I see about your current job. 10 of Wands. I'm like, oh, that's a hard job. Here's this guy. I mean, this card, 10 of Wands, shows a guy, he's got these 10 big sticks and he's carrying them, but it's hard work. You know, it's like, I feel like this can be burnout. This can be overwhelmed. Like they're putting too much on your plate. So the work is you're doing it. I mean, like he's doing it, but it's hard work, right? He's able to do it, but he needs help, right? And you're not getting the help that you need or the support that you need. And they're putting a lot on your plate and you're burnt out on that job. So this can be solved in one of 2 ways. Number 1 is to get the help that you need. So if there's a way that you can get some help, maybe give 5 of your sticks to a friend, you know what I mean? In this scenario, they would give, and then the 2 friends would have a manageable amount. If you cannot get the support that you need, then you're going to get burnt out on this job if you're not burnt out already, because that 10 of Wands is about fire energy, but it's too much fire. It's burnout. So that tells me about your current job. So if you're saying whether I should look for another job, this is telling me the first step. Yeah, that job is you're on the verge of burnout or you're already burnt out. They're definitely overwhelming you, overloading you, and the work is hard. So it depends on the cards that we see after, and the cards that we see after are quite positive. So that tells me that switching and getting out of this position would be an improvement. Second card is 10 of Cups. This shows a happy family, a beautiful rainbow. Everybody's, yay, it's a rainbow. The kids are dancing. It's a happy environment and it's a family. So what that tells me is that what will really support you is having a job where it feels like family. It doesn't necessarily mean working with your family, although it could mean that, but it means having an environment that you feel nurtured, that you feel cared for, that people are working together toward a common goal and everybody's sharing the responsibility. But there's also a closeness, a warmness, and a heart connection there. So you need to be working in a much more nurturing environment and a job where you work with some really good people who are really loving, who really care about you, and you're like a family. You know, this is like friendships that you develop at work and so on. So I love seeing this card. It's such a beautiful card to see. What I also see for you is if you make that switch, we have the King of Wands, which is you moving up. So you moving up to a more leadership level. And the King of Wands is a fire king. So he's about passion. The job that you should pick should maybe be a step up, and it should definitely have this element of you being passionate about the work that you do. that may be, it's like the opposite of this. It's like maybe you're not even, the fire is dead on that old job, and you need to get your fire back on the new job, new career, new position, new job. But it's going to bring back that passion for work where you feel like you're making a difference, or it's important to you, or you feel a sense of accomplishment. But definitely this idea that you're moving up in some way. I love this idea of moving up into more leadership, into a stronger position, or moving into higher levels is what I see for you. So it's really good. So if what you're feeling is the burnout, it's time to go. If you're not feeling the burnout yet, it's on the horizon and you may want to start looking now. So, all right. All right, so Adrija, can the Ten of Swords be with your ex? It could be with your ex that we're talking about that. All right, so Alice, all right, let's get to Alice. Hi, Alice, thank you so much for your donation, Alice. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right, Alice, where is your donation? I'm looking for a donation. You need to make a donation. It's $10 per card. You can make it on PayPal or Venmo, and then I'll be happy to answer your question. 100% of the money is going to feed seniors in Ukraine. Yvonne's the one that buys the groceries, delivers the groceries. So we're all working together as we can. So Alice, go ahead and make a donation. I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right. Cynthia, I see your donation, $50. She wants a 5 card. Thank you so much, Cynthia. This is awesome. You fed a granny and a quarter of another granny. That's great. A whole granny that you got. All right. You adopted a whole granny. What's the prospect of bringing a family from Jamaica to Ghana for a return home and musical promotion? Okay, so you've got big plans here. Bringing a family from Jamaica to Ghana for a return home and musical promotion. Okay. So I'm guessing they are musicians from Ghana who are living in Jamaica now, and they're musicians. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Let's see. Oh, looks good already. Yep, it looks great. All right, here's what I see. The first card that you pulled up, that I pulled up for you, was when I do a 5 card spread, I do like 1 main card and then 4 supporting cards. So your main card was the Chariot card. Well, of course, the Chariot is about moving and travel. So what this tells me is that the path is clear for you to do this. Now, there's some things that maybe you or the people are thinking that are some limited ideas that I'll talk about in a second. But in terms of the reality of this project that you're planning, the way is open. There's another aspect of the Chariot card that I find so interesting because it's about mastery. It's like there's an energy. I mean, imagine you had 2 sphinxes and a chariot. Could you control it? I don't know if I could control 2 sphinxes. I'm not experienced in working with sphinxes, so I wouldn't feel confident. But the charioteer feels confident. He's a master. He knows what he's doing and he knows the path. So I feel like you guys are more ready for this than you know. It feels very open, very sort of like the path is open for this to happen. And it's, there's more mastery than maybe you're recognizing here. You look like you want to say something, Yvonne. Do you have a comment?
No, I am very, I'm listening very attentively.
Okay, is that maybe you're going to say something about
I'm just smiling because I'm learning new words.
Oh,
from this conversation.
The Sphinx. This word, is that a new word?
No, a charioteer.
Oh,
I
charioteer.
knew this, but I didn't know the correct spelling.
Okay. So the chariot is the wagon and the charioteer is the guy. So he's moving forward. This is like, I think this is a great time for you to do this. This is a wide open path for you to do this. This is a very positive. That's why I made that little like, oh, it looks really great, because this is when we're asking a question about moving or travel, this is a phenomenal card to get. It's a very strong card to get, and it's a very positive card to get whenever the question is about moving or travel. So, what I think will be helpful is somebody has to light the fire or take the initiative. That's the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is the pure essence of fire, the element of fire. So, this is motivation and taking action, right? If you think about fire, it's like passion, enthusiasm, motivation, optimism, and taking action. One of the hallmarks, if we look at the 4 elements, is the fire element is about taking action, right? It's doing the thing. So I think it has to start. I think you have to get going. I think you have to start doing it and making that happen. And now is a great time to do it. Aces, whenever we see an ace, ace is a yes. It's a card that says yes. So when you ask a question, is it going to happen or not? The answer is yes when we see an ace. One of the things that I see might be a little bit of a challenge, but not much really, because it's about mindset. So 8 of Swords is the belief that we're trapped, right? If we look at this lady, she's standing in front of a puddle. Okay, that's no big deal. Yeah, she's got a blindfold on and she's got these little wrappings around her, but really, like if she would wiggle a little bit, she could get out of that and she could take off her blindfold. And then what would she see? Oh, the swords are on my left and the swords are on my right, but they're not all the way around me. So what this card represents, this card, when people see this in a reading, I'll share this with you guys, and Yvonne, this is interesting. People go, oh, this card looks terrible. I said, this card is the opposite of terrible. It's great. What it's telling you is that the thing that you think is your block, it's not really a block. People do this all the time. They create artificial limitations, right? Oh, I can never. Oh, it's not possible. Oh, I can. And then sometimes if you examine those, I mean, sometimes there are limitations. It's not that there are no limitations, but this is saying that the limitations aren't real. Yeah.
We have a very good saying about this. I think that maybe you too. It sounds like optimists are looking for the opportunities and pessimists are looking for the excuses.
Yeah. Right. Oh, I can't. So like, you know what I say, like this, a classic example, this is not your question, Cynthia, but a classic example of this is like, oh, there's nobody good out there, right? A limited thinking. I'm single, but there's nobody good out there. And when someone says that to me, I said, you know, have you met all 3.5 billion males in this world or 3.5 billion females in this world? Have you met all of the people in the world? If you met all the people in the world and you say there's no good ones, then I believe you. Until you've met everyone in the world, that's just you creating a limitation, right? So it's, if you say it's not possible, sometimes there are realities that are not possible. I cannot be a 12-year-old girl, right? That's not possible for me. I'm 58. I can't be 12 anymore. But that's the only impossibility. Everything else is possible. Can I be a child actor? No. Can I be an actor though? Sure. If I wanted to be an actor, I'll go be an actor, right? So this is that idea that you have to examine what you're thinking about it to see if the limitations are real or if they are something you have made up. And 9 times out of 10, I think they're usually things that we create for ourselves. It's not possible for me to do that, right? It really, because I think you could probably do whatever you want to do. So there's something around this, Cynthia, where somebody is feeling a bit of limitation. Maybe it's the family feels the limitation. Oh, it's not possible. It's not doable. We don't have the money. We can't get the money. We can't do this. We can't do that. So you've got to help coach them, or you've got to coach yourself to say, it is absolutely possible. We're going to find a way. Right? We're going to find a way. When you took on your grannies, someone would listen. If we walked up to an average person, you need to feed 200 grannies in a month. They would say, it's not possible for me to do that. A lot of people would say that, right? But you are doing it. Did you know you were going to feed 200 grannies a month?
Everything is possible. Just believe in your strength, and everything else, if it's really a goal for you, everything else will be given to you from forces from above. I think so.
There's a saying we have in English, where there's a will, there's a way. Meaning if you really want it, you will find the door to do it. So I don't think there's any blocks because the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, those are not blocked cards. But somebody in that group has a blocked thinking. And now we need to get to the place where we get out of that blocked thinking. Now, Magician card. This card has two meanings. First meaning, the Magician, it's self-sufficiency. You're going to have to do it yourself, right? You're not going to, I mean, you and the group are going to have to make it happen. You are not going to have someone do it for you. You've got to make it happen for yourself. That's the first message of this card. Second message, why not do some magic around it? Magic could be anything from an affirmation. We will get you to Ghana for your musical event. We can do this, right? Those words that come out of your mouth can be magic. Maybe you do a candle spell. Maybe you do a cleansing bath. Maybe you do incense. I mean, do whatever magic you feel like, could be words, could be working with something that will make it happen. But that's the other thing that will help this. I think it's going to be motivating. Maybe that's the thing, because there's no blocks in it. Maybe it'll remove the perceived blocks, but that's the thing that will help. Once you do that really fast, things will move really fast. We have 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a card that shows these 8 sticks flying through the air. They're kind of like arrows, they're all going the same direction. It's about focus. Like if we're all shooting our arrow toward the bullseye, we're all shooting our arrows in the same direction. It's not energy out here, there, and everywhere and this way. Everybody in the group has to be focused on the same goal. You all have to be together focusing on the same goal. You all contribute your different contributions, but you will get there. If you can do that focus, then what will happen is you will get to the goal very quickly. This is a fast card. This is not a slow card. This is fast energy, fire energy again, showing up, but it takes focus. So everyone has to be on board for this, the whole group that it involves in you, and then focus on it, aim toward your goal. Don't let any thinking of limitation get in your way, and then it will happen quickly. So it's very positive around it, but it's like, I feel like there's somebody in there that may be thinking it can't work, or it's not happening, or it can't happen, or something like that. Okay. Great. Oh, we have a PayPal payment. Wonderful. Okay. So, Ferial. Okay, Ferial, do you have a question? You can put your question in, Ferial, in the comments. Thank you so much. I saw your payment. Ferial sent $50 for a 5-card reading. Look at that, Yvonne. You guys are so wonderful and generous. This is so wonderful. Think of all the...
Yeah, this day is quickly turning from disgusting mourning into something very perspective.
Yeah.
In terms of our grannies.
Your face is a happier face now. I can say that. You're not feeding 3/4 of a granny. You're feeding more than one, right? This is good. All right. So yes, thank you, Love Witch. Love Witch Buchanan is you're my forever friend, my forever kid. I love you so much, and you're so helpful. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's give a hand to the Love Witch, who's also an amazing reader, by the way, and spellcaster, works at the Parlor of Wonders, makes beautiful soaps. I mean, there's so much that you do for the Parlor of Wonders, and for me personally, I'm so appreciative to you. All right, so Love Witch said, Soul Power Tarot. So Ferial says, the people of Ukraine will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. We're all thinking of you, and we all care. We've got a bunch of caring people here, that really want, that are thinking of you, So Ferial, get your question in. Okay. Ferial, will I find a property to rent here in Scotland where I am now? Oh my goodness, it's early in the morning for you. Just like a little bit less early than Yvonne, but okay, let's take a look. A property in Scotland. I love Scotland so much. That's my other side of the family. Did you know that, Yvonne? Did I tell you that?
No.
My mom,
no, I didn't.
My mom is Ukrainian. My dad is Scottish, English, Irish, all the Celtic on both sides. Celtic.
So we have double background in spelling.
And worshiping in oak groves, both of them. Ukrainians worshipped in oak, Slavs worship in oak groves, and Celts worship in oak groves. Everybody. I need to hang around more oak trees, I think. All right, so let's see, 5-card reading for Ferial. If you guys are just coming in, we're doing Tarot for Kindness. I'm doing tarot card readings for $10 per card donation. You can donate $10, get a 1-card reading. You can donate $100 and get a 10-card reading. You could donate $1,000 and get a 100-card reading. I'd have to pull 2 decks together. Wouldn't that be amazing? I would do it. If someone donated $1,000, I could find another deck somewhere. We could do it. Okay. All right. So will I find a property rent here in Scotland where I am now? Okay. We're also going to look at what will help you to find that property, Ferial. I feel good about this. Okay. Yep. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's, you know what I see around this, all in all? I'm seeing 2 cards of indecisiveness, unsureness, lack of clarity, not sure, you know? So I think you're not seeing a property that's really making you like, no, that's the one. I don't think you've seen the one that's like, oh, that's the perfect place. I don't think that's happened yet. This card is the card that I'm thinking with that. It's like, unsure, there's lots of choices. Oh, could be even overwhelming number of choices. And so what this requires of you is this. We have this person looking at these cups. All the cups have different things in them, some good, some bad, but there's one cup that's glowing, right? It's got this glowing figure in it. And that means it stands out. It's like, you see it and it's like the sky opens up and it's like, you know, it's the one, right? You know, that's the perfect place for you. You feel it. It's maybe even an emotional feeling, a psychic feeling, because we have cups energy showing up. But to get to that, you have to make a decision. This is 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is logical. So we're looking at a choice that's both emotional and logical. What I feel like this part is, the 2 of Swords, is maybe being very clear about the things that you're looking for. Ferial, I'm going to give you a little spell that is a great spell, and all you need is a piece of paper and a pen. Take that piece of paper and write down the 21 most important qualities that you want in a house. Is it the size of the house? Is it the location? I want a house with 2 bedrooms. I want a house that's on a river. I want a house that's in Paisley. I want a house that's wherever, right? So if you're looking for that special, gorgeous, beautiful, perfect house, I think first you have to get clear about what it is that you're looking for and not just be like overwhelmed with all the choices. Then if you see, you know, you want a 2-bedroom house and you see one that has 1 bedroom, you just know automatically, logically, that's not for me. And you won't go, well, maybe I can do, you know, it's not what you want. The list of 21 is a tool for manifestation. So it's like, how do I manifest that house and bring that house to me quickly? That list will do it. Make that list of 21 qualities that you want, fold it up and put it in your wallet. As you're looking at houses, you may go, oh, I just saw something. This house has a beautiful stained glass window. I want a house with a stained glass window. So now you have to take something off your list and put the thing that's more important to you, the stained glass window, on that list. So think about that list as an ongoing process, but it's a tool of manifesting your perfect home. And I think you need the clarity. And I also think you need to not be overwhelmed with choice. And you need to be looking for that one that is really like speaks to you and makes your heart sing. Now, the other part of this is this. Are you doing this on your own, or do you have someone that's helping you? Because I see the need for asking for help. That's the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is sometimes the card of like taking something, right? But it can also be like taking what's mine or asking for what's mine. Remember, it's a card of communication because it has the swords in it. So swords are about asking for something that you want, or Now that can be asking the universe for that list of 21, which can be helpful. But I also see you need a partner in this. If you're trying to do it all yourself, it's too much. I know that I think you have a child that's with you but I don't know if the child's an adult child or a young child. If they're an adult child, they could be your partner in this process. If they're a young child, it's not them. We don't want the child to run the show. You got to make the decision. I mean, we take the child into consideration, of course, but you need to have somebody that's like maybe a friend or a companion, another adult that's going to help you with this process. I also see that you need to have a realtor or a lawyer involved as well. I don't know, or solicitor. I don't know what you call in Scotland. Maybe it's a barrister. No, a solicitor is the one you hire. Yes. So it's either a solicitor or a realtor, but there is somebody with lots of experience and logic that can help you to decide. And I think this part is that part that maybe you're unsure about, right? The unsureness of the Two of Swords. It's like, if you've never bought a house before, how do I know I'm getting a good deal? What is is this a good property or not a good property? Is this am I paying too much? Am I not, is this a good deal? So you need to have your friend that's there for the emotional part, and you need to have the lawyer or the solicitor for the rational part. And that's your dream team to find this house. Make your list of the 21 qualities of the perfect house for you. Keep revising that list as you think of new things or you discover something new, and then you can definitely create that beautiful new house for yourself. I see it happening, but it's like you have to be clear. And I think there's lack of clarity and confusion and overwhelm right now. And so that's why you need these other people that are there. So, okay, let's look at the next one. Adrija is having another reading. Wonderful, Adrija. Thank you so much. We'll get to you, Adrija. I know you're on the East Coast. Sonia, do you have a question? I see your payment in there. Where are you, Sonia? Put your question in the comments, Sonia, so I can do a reading for you. Otherwise, we'll just donate. It might be just a donation, but Sonia donated $40. So if you can have a 4-card reading, if you have a question, put it in the chat on YouTube. Cynthia did a 5-card reading, but we already did. Did we do Cynthia? I don't know if we did. Did we? I think we did. You had your question in early, I think, Cynthia. Yes. Okay. We did that one already. Adrija, I think you're next now. Okay. And Brendan, I've got you on there too. Okay. So Adrija with the new guy. So Adrija has a 4-card reading with the new guy. His name starts with D. Can you give me more insights? Is there anything long-term? Okay. Let's take a look and see. Okay. There's a possibility with this one. I mean, I would say, Adrija, it's not the strongest, but it's got some good qualities, and I think it can really happen as that, as we saw in the Judgment card. So I think it can grow into something, but initially there might be maybe a little unsureness about the relationship. What I see here is Page of Wands. So Page of Wands energy, maybe someone who's not quite ready for a serious commitment yet. And that might be the problem in the beginning. Like, that's good, there's an attraction, but somebody's not ready for a serious relationship. Can be that Page of Wands energy. That doesn't mean that they don't grow into it, but initially at the beginning, they may not be sure. They may just be still looking around or unsure about that. So Page of Wands energy is magnetic. There's definitely charisma with the Page of Wands. There's magnetism. There's chemistry between you. But what is this guy's true intention? Is he really serious about the relationship, or is he just checking things out right now? And I think that you have to gauge that when you see it. The 7 of Swords shows up. So 7 of Swords, in this situation, I would say, be cautious about getting too intimate, too deep with the relationship initially, because Seven of Swords can be someone that takes the money and runs or does something like that. So if you go too fast, because it's going to be hard because there's all that passion going on, but if you go too fast in this relationship, it can burn out really quickly. But as we saw before, it could come back. It will come back again if you're willing to have it back again. So I would just put the brakes on it or make it a little bit slower than maybe is your normal style in a relationship. Take it slow. As you guys get to know each other, you're going to see that there's a lot of, this is that Nine of Cups energy, a lot of satisfaction, a lot of enjoyment in each other, a lot of fulfillment in each other. So that's why taking it slow with this relationship would really be worth it. Take it slow, get to know one another, spend some time together, see what your interests are and get to know each other. And that will be very positive for this relationship. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is stability. So this is a yes for this relationship. Like what I see is like, yeah, it's kind of a, it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride. There's some things to navigate, but ultimately it's a yes. And ultimately we see a stability that comes in. The Ace of Pentacles is earth energy, right? Zemlya. There's my Ukrainian word for the day. Zemlya is earth. This is the energy of solidness, the ground under your feet. And so I see this, and this is a very positive card for this. So, take it slow and get into the relationship, get to know the person and take it slow. And then we'll see where it goes. I mean, can be really good. This can be very satisfying relationship. Nine of Cups is like, check all the boxes. So I like it. If you take it slow, you'll get to that place. And you have to see if he is really serious about being in a serious relationship, which is what I know that you want. All right, Brendan, donation for tarot reading. Glory to Ukraine. Slava Ukraini says.
Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah.
Please friend me on Facebook.
Yeah, you guys, you can follow. Oh, let's see. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, so yes. Maminka says donated on Venmo 3-card reading. Sonia, oh, okay, great. Sonia, wonderful. Okay, so you're here. So let me do Brendan, then I'll do Sonia, and then we'll, I think that's all of them for now, unless someone else donates. If your last chance, make a donation. Feed those grannies. Those grannies need some food. Their stomachs are grumbling and rumbling. They need some food. All right, so Brendan, oh, I don't have your question, Brendan. Did you put your question in? Okay, make sure you get your questions in. I don't see your question, Brendan. I'm looking back. It's at the beginning. Okay, don't see it. So I'm gonna do Sonia first, and then Brendan, put your question in. Unless Sonia, did you put your question in? Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay. Sonia has her question. All right. How can I best help support my hubby with his work and legal issues? Okay. And you did a 4-card reading. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Sonia. You fed a granny today. You fed a whole granny. You adopted a whole granny. $40 adopts a whole granny, not just a portion of a granny, not just a percentage, a whole granny. Any amount, we appreciate those so much. Okay. Oh boy, your husband is really, oh good. It's a good happy ending. He's definitely going through it. It's really, I see it. It's not like disastrous or terrible, but it's challenging. Okay. First of all, Seven of Swords. In this case, I see Seven of Swords as somebody is like taking advantage of him. They might be taking advantage of him at work or his legal issues. And it may be someone stole from him or someone's taking advantage of him at work. Like this is somebody who is like taking, maybe even like putting too much work on him or giving him too much or putting too much on him, and somebody's skating away. This can be like the person who gets away with it, right? So there's this feeling with the legal issues or with the work or with both, that somebody's getting away with something and he's not feeling supported, or he's feeling that there's some injustice here. Obviously, there's some injustice here if you're going to court. So as you look at this, and what I would say to support him with this energy is to remind him, your good is going to come back to you. So if you are working really hard, your karma is going to be, you're going to get the promotion. You're going to get that good result from this. If you are, someone has stolen from you, it's like, oh, well, you're going to get that back again. I see this happy ending for this. So it's really reminding him that what he's experiencing right now is not how it's always going to be. And I think that's a really important thing for all of us. If we're going through a hard time, and I feel like for our people in Ukraine who have been going through a hard time for this such a long time, it's not always going to be like this. We are going to get to the end of this, of victory, and it's going to be a peaceful day again. So that's what can carry you when you're dealing with something very stressful and very hard, is to remember it's not always going to be this way. So as he's dealing with this injustice and this feeling of being ripped off or being put upon in some way, just remind him, it's your good stuff is going to come back to you. It's all going to work out. Everything's going to be okay, and it will balance out again. Another thing he feels like, I mean, I don't know if this is the work environment, or I hope it's not the legal thing, but this is like everybody not being together, everybody moving in a different direction, chaos. This is like a chaos card. So there's a lot of chaotic energy around the work environment or around this legal issue, and focus needs to happen. So if he's in a work situation, he has to have clarity. Otherwise, this is the card of like, I did the work and then someone else did the same work. Why? Because we weren't communicating. We were all running around like chickens with our heads cut off. We're not paying attention. We're not doing the work. We're not getting focused, and we're not on the same direction. This is the opposite of that 8 of Wands card, where everyone's moving toward the goal. So I do feel this chaotic energy. So helping him find his own focus can be helpful, because this could even be internal. 5 of Wands can be like, I'm confused. Do I want this, or do I want that? Or do I want this other thing? And I don't know what to do. And I feel even immobilized because I don't know what to do. So helping him find his focus. Now that could be like, what's the next step? What is the next step? If we take that next step, then we start from there. What is the step after that? Then what is the step after that? Too much can be overwhelming, and I feel like there's a sense of overwhelm and chaos and confusion. So that can help him just by focusing on the next step, or what is the next step we have to do. He might not be able to control the work environment if it's chaotic, but he can certainly, really find that focus with the court case, and focus on his own job. Maybe stay in his lane even, you know what I mean? Like if something's crazy out there, he can just do his job. Maybe it's finding another job where it's not this crazy energy. That's what this is. I didn't even look at the next card. So this is the card of detaching from what doesn't work for us and moving into smoother water. So I already see improvement as we go along the story. Now, what is he attached to that is not helpful in this situation? That's like your boat being tied to the dock in this rough water. So is there something that he's really like, is he stuck in this job and he's not looking for another job? Maybe it's time to look for another job. Is he stuck on the resentment or the injustice when he's not? It can create confusion when instead he wants to think clearly and not get into woulda, coulda, shoulda. I should have done something different. I should have done that. I should have done this. That all that stuff from the past is like an attachment that needs to be untied, like that rope on the dock. Okay. So once he does that, then you guys are going to move into smooth waters. He's going to move into smooth waters. So you can help him to let go or release or let go of those attachments, or help him, in his job hunt. If he's ready to move on to a new job where it's not so chaotic, that can help as well. Look at our happy ending. Then everybody's happy. So I see this being a good result for the court case, the legal issues. And I also see this being a good result for work. But the good result from work is going to come from changing the job, not trying to change the job if he's able to. I don't know if his job is his work is his own business. If it's his own business, you got to be more focused. But if it's something he can leave and go to something else, this is the solution to get to the happy ending. You have to let go, and letting go gently, just letting go in a way that feels comfortable and feels safe, logical, rational, all of it, with 6 of Swords is being rational about it, but detaching from what is keeping you stuck back in those old emotions that's not letting you focus and not letting you move forward. So I think that's it. We got Brendan. If Brendan gets his question in. Brendan, if you aren't here, okay, let me see. All right, I'll get to these questions. Is Brendan here? Oh, we have another one. Ruxandra has a reading. Great. Oh, wonderful. And yeah, oh, wonderful. Oh, is Halsey or you, Brendan? What do I need to hear? I'm guessing that's you. For me, just one poll for what I need to hear. Halsier. I think that's probably you. Okay, Brendan. You have a question, Yvonne, or something you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I was just thinking about Ruxandra. I think it's the person that was present here last
time.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Thanks you guys for coming, and thanks you guys for coming back.
And she's among my friends on Facebook, by the way.
Wonderful. Okay, let me go find, I'm going to put your Facebook, let me get in here and I'll put your Facebook account so people can, and then we'll do Brendan's story. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah, while you're doing this, I have to tell a small announcement. So guys,
Okay.
I have an ability to tag everyone who donated, because I make so-called gratitude posts every day where I mention everyone who helped previously. So if you friend me on Facebook, I will be able to tag you in my today's post.
Great. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yes, you need to follow him. So I just put his Facebook account in the chat. You'll see it there. Okay, so Brendan, one pull. Thank you so much, Brendan. So generous and wonderful. All right, we're going to do a one card pull for what I need to hear. What do you need to hear? You are a delight to me. Brendan, we've known each other for a while. It's been several years, huh? We've been knowing each other. Brendan wrote a beautiful book about Lilith. Amazing book about Lilith. I love it. All right. What do you need to hear? Oh, I love it so much. All right. Strength card for you. Love it. This is like the card of gentle empowerment. So if you look at our lady in the strength card, she's very lovingly closing the lion's mouth. Do you have a pet? If you have a pet that you love and you care about, but the pet is doing something naughty and you're like, don't bite, no biting, right? And you close their mouth very lovingly, very gently, just like this lady is doing the lion. However, this is not a dog. This is not a house cat. This is a big cat that could eat her and bite her. And look how serene she is. She's just like, no. So what this tells me, Brendan, for you, is that you are stronger than you know. This is a card I often see show up for people that are entrepreneurs as well. You know, it's like, I'm in charge of this situation. I can do this. And it takes this idea that even something as scary as a lion, you can confront it with love and gentleness and control it. So what I get for you is that there's something that's a challenge for you. And it may be something that is even a little daunting, a little scary, or makes you want to kind of go like this, but you have to lean into it. Like I'm going to bring up something just a little bit personal, because I think it's a good example. I had to confront something that I was just like, I don't want to do this thing. And so when I don't want to do something, but I have to do it, I think of Xena, the warrior princess. This is a TV show that was on in the 80s when you were a little kid, Yvonne. 90s, I don't know. It's like a long time ago. And she's strong. She's beautiful, right? But she's strong. And you think, okay, when she's surrounded by 10 guys with swords, does she go? No, she just is like, I'm going to lean in and I'm going to do it. And she, right? So I think that energy, she's obviously, Xena's like a warrior. So this is not warrior energy. She's gentle. But what it reminds us is the thing that's scary for us, we can back away from it. But if we lean into it, we can do it. We can have success in it. And so when you do that, when you lean into the thing that's a little bit scary, you'll be successful. You're stronger than the thing that you're afraid of. You're stronger than the thing that's intimidating to you. You're stronger than the thing that is like, I don't want to do that. You can do it. You can do it. And so that's what I'm going to remind you, Brendan, is whatever is going on for you that feels like a challenge, take a deep breath and lean in. Lean into it. Okay. All right.
Can I
Thank
ask
you.
a question?
Mm-hmm.
What does the infinite sign above her head means?
Spiritual connection, infinite connection to the infinite, crown chakra energy,
Mhm.
connection to divine energy. So she's divinely protected. I mean, maybe that's the thing that allows you to do it is, but I know Brendan, and I know he has a beautiful connection to the divine. He's a devotee. He's a practitioner. He has a spiritual practice. It's really solid. So lean on that spiritual practice. That's a great point that Yvonne noticed, a little detail that brought that up. So it's really good. Okay. So Ruxandra, alrighty, let me get into PayPal. Hold on a second. It's gonna take 1 second. Just double checking. All right, we're double checking that. Takes a second. Let me look at your question. Okay. So, okay. Ruxandra. And then, oh yeah, we got you, Sonia. Okay, we got you, Sonia. Wonderful. Jason Voorhees said $25 on PayPal too. Okay, let's get that PayPal open. Hold on, it takes a second. There we go. Okay, so I've got Ruxandra, $30, and I'm not seeing your donation. Jason Voorhees, can you tell me what, type what name it's under, where you sent it? Okay. All right. Okay, so Ruxandra wants to know Ovidu's feelings towards me. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to talk to Sonia about her comment. Okay. All right. So let's see. What Ovidu's feelings toward me? And Ovidu is a romantic relationship. All right. Okay, here's something really interesting. The first card that comes up is the Nine of Swords. I think this doesn't have anything to do with you in particular, but it's affecting you. And it's because he is dealing with anxiety or depression. That's that card of anxiety or depression. So when someone's depressed, it's very difficult for them to connect to other people. When you're depressed, you don't feel worthy. You can feel self-absorbed in some way. Depression can make you self-absorbed because you're dealing with all your emotions, that hurricane that's within inside of you, that's within you. So Nine of Swords energy is telling us that his reaction to you may not be about his feelings about you, but what he's dealing with inside. If he's dealing with anxiety or if he's dealing with sadness, it can affect all of his relationships around him, including his relationship with you. So understand that what you might feel as rejection might not be about him rejecting you, but him dealing with his own emotions inside of him that are like a storm inside of him or like a flood inside of him. It's just a lot to deal with, right? If you're dealing with, it could be like a clinical depression, like mental health issue, right? So it could be that intense as that. And if he's dealing with that, he's dealing with something that's going to make his world very small, and he's going to turn it on himself. If he's anxious, he's obsessing about something and very anxious about something, he's obsessing and he's up in his head. So it's either in his heart or in his head, but there's something there that's causing him grief and pain. And that means that he doesn't have a lot to give everybody else around him, including you. So maybe what you're interpreting as a negative emotion toward you has nothing to do with you at all and has to do with what's going on for him. When he gets a little stability, I think that you guys will find that. So he needs some healing. I mean, that's what I see here. Ace of Pentacles is a card of the healing of the body, right? 5 star looks like a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs, right? So this has to do with the body. He might be worried about money, or he might be worried about health. That may also be going on, and that might be what he needs to resolve. So his money situation needs to resolve, material world, or his health situation needs to resolve, which is also the material world. It could also even be his mental health as well, and what's going on there. Once that happens, then you're going to have your feet on the ground again. Then he'll be in a place where he can have his feet on the ground and he can wake up again. He can blossom again, and he can show you the affection and the love that he could give you. I mean, but he needs to have that feet on the ground. That stability is what he needs right now. And whether that's financial stability or health stability or mental health stability, there needs to be the stability before he can focus outwardly. This is kind of a depression card too, in a little bit. It's somebody who's looking at these kind of, it's like a attitude of, is that all there is, right? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? He's missing this cup of love that's coming from you because he's focusing on these empty cups in front of him. That may be somebody who's looking at the, like the glass half empty, or is dissatisfied with life, or feeling that. So I feel like there's something emotionally and mentally going on for him that's consuming him that has nothing to do with you, but you're feeling the effect of it. That's what you're feeling. That's why he might be isolating. That's why he might be not calling you. That's why he might be, closed off in some way. So I would say help him to try and get some help for himself, maybe, offer some, information about free therapy or low cost therapy, or maybe it's like, a 12-step program, or maybe it's something, but there's something out there that he needs to get his feet back on the ground again. And, you can sort of help expose him to that, but you can't make him do it. He has to want to do it. So I think that's what the issue is. You're looking at it like it's a rejection of you, and what it is him just being focused on his own problems right now. Okay, so, all right. Oh, Brendan's question. Okay. What is my best course of action to attract clientele for my astrology services? Lean into it. I'd answered your question even before. Okay. The Strength card. It's an entrepreneurial card. You've got to be an entrepreneur. So it means wearing lots of hats, but that's gonna help a lot. I love that. Wonderful. Okay. So Sonia says, that was really helpful. And there was something about what was going on with your husband. I saw that. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Sonia says, I take care of my mom, so I felt called to help other grannies. That's so sweet. Okay. Adrija, you made another donation, or is that the old second one? Love Witch says, I love Xena so much, I channel her too. Me too. Oh, that warrior princess. Oh, 8 is the number of Saturn. I love it. Yeah. Oh, you know how much I love Saturn. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay. Jason, I'm Mihai. So Mihai, okay, so, okay. So I'm seeing the answers from people now. So Ruxandra said, yes, because of his divorce. He told me that too. That's spot on. Yeah. Oh, you made another question. Adrija, what's your other question? You have another question? You made another donation. Okay, let me check it out here. No, I don't see it here, unless you Let's see. Okay, I see it. Oh, okay. Adrija did do it. Okay, I got it, Adrija. So 4-card reading for Adrija. Do you see any other romantic interest coming? Thank you. You supported another granny, Adrija. You are a champion, Adrija. I love it. You guys can get more than one reading like Adrija. Any other romantic interest coming in? Any long-term potential, I mean. Okay. And then Cynthia sent another one. Okay, great, Cynthia. Okay. All right, so put your question in, Cynthia, and Adrija put her question in the payment. That's also helpful too if you guys do that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Oh, I love this. Look at these two. Adrija, Queen of Swords, that's you. I know your air sign energy, air energy, Queen of Swords, the writer, and also air sign energy. That's 100% you. And look at your perfect match. The King of Wands, fire. Fire and air are so compatible. Water and earth are very compatible. You're always compatible with your same. Like, so water and waters get along, water and earth get along. Earth and earth get along, right? But fire and air is like magic, right? This is like excitement, passion, right? Think about this, oxygen and fire. What does oxygen do to fire, Ivan? You took science class.
It feeds fire.
Right? It feeds the fire. Exactly. If the fire doesn't get oxygen, it dies. So this is like you feed each other, excitement grows. I love when I see a queen and a king together. So this is a guy who's serious about commitment, but is passionate, optimistic, goes for it. This is going to be, again, fast relationship, but he's not a little boy. He is a man who wants a commitment, a man that wants a relationship, not just a guy who's flirting or, checking things out. This guy really, really wants this match. This is such a beautiful match. Do you love that? Queen of Swords, Queen of Air, King of Wands, King of Fire. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful combination. Adrija, this is the one you got to hold out for. Okay. Now, surprisingly, you think fire sign, right? But fire sign, this guy is maybe a little bit shy. There's a little bit of energy of High Priestess energy about him. High Priestess is the energy of High Priestess is maybe a little bit reserved, a little bit shy. But as you get to know him, as he starts to feel comfortable, he'll open up more. I love this. It's so beautiful. This is like gorgeous, beautiful match. Ready for a relationship, very well matched. And High Priestess energy is like, he's a little quiet. He might be like that, like quiet at first, but then as he starts to feel comfortable with you, he becomes and blossoms. I mean, it's like the air feeding the fire, right? You get him to feel that openness, that safety, so that he can be his exuberant, optimistic, active, positive, inspiring, wonderful self. So I love to see this match. This is what I'm looking for you, Adrija. Adrija and I have had a few readings before. So this is what you need, is this guy who's an adult man, not a little boy. All right. Not a little boy, but a real adult man who really is sincere and serious. And he might be a little quiet at first, but it's like, that saying, Ivan, do they have the saying? Do they have the saying in Russian or Ukrainian, still waters run deep? Do you know that saying?
Yeah, of course.
Is it the same?
Of course.
How do you say it? Russian is your first language, yeah.
We say this a little bit different, but the sense is the same.
How do you say it?
Let me try to translate. You can find an evil in the calm water, but the evil it's not something, a monster. It's not something demonic. It means that you can find really weird things in the silent water.
Vodyanik?
No.
Rusalka?
It means that a person can be calm, his appearance can be calm, but his emotions inside can be really fiery.
That's what I think this guy is, like still waters run deep. Inside, he's a passionate guy, but he might appear a little reserved, a little formal, a little quiet. But as he gets to know you, you'll see that true passion, that excitement, that amazing like energy and all of that. So don't be deceived. Or we also have another saying, don't judge a book by its cover, right? Don't judge a book by a cover means there's something more beyond the superficial. So he's going to be a little more quiet. He's going to be a little more reserved. But then as you get to know each other and spend time together, it's going to be on. Magic, 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 magic. Magician card. So Adrija, candle spells. Do a candle spell for this. A fire spell. Do a love spell. This is a great time to do this. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love seeing this. This is a wonderful thing to do. And this is what we need to aim for. Fire guy. This is such a great match. I love this match so much. But he's still waters run deep. I love that. So let's do this spell, Adrija. Okay, we can talk about it next time we have a session. We can talk about this. Okay. So okay. Mirai, is it Mirai? Mihai, where did you donate? I don't see it on PayPal. Did you donate to madampamita@gmail.com? Did you do that? Because let's see if it came in. Maybe it came in. I have to refreshing. Let's see. Mihai, I don't see it, but Ruxandra, I see another one for you. Okay, 2-card reading. Okay, let's see. Maybe, oh, okay, so 2-card. Will I get a promotion? So this is Ruxandra. Will I get a promotion soon? Been in the same job for years and feel overlooked. Okay. Oh, if you did the candle magic, Adrija, that was good. Yeah. Keep doing your magic. Work with oils, do some stuff. Oh, okay, I'll check the Parlor of Wonders. Okay, Parlor of Wonders, I'll make sure that it's the correct spelling. It's Parlour. So make sure it was the right Parlor, Lour. I'll check. All right. So let's look at first Ruxandra. 2-card reading. Thank you, Ruxandra. More than one reading. I love it when people do more than one. Follow-up questions. Okay. Means more grannies are being fed. Okay. Oh, I love it. Will I get a promotion soon? We've got Queen of Cups and the Emperor. Emperor is always about promotion. It's always about moving up because who's higher than the Emperor? There's nobody higher than the Emperor. The Emperor is the top, right? So it's talking about moving up the ladder. So the way to move up that ladder, Queen of Cups, using intuition, using your senses, being emotionally connected. So if you're in the same job for years and you feel like you're overlooked, I want to point out a little bit of a detail here. The Queen of Cups is holding a cup that's like the Ark of the Covenant. It has 2 angels on either side, but there's a lid on top of that cup. This is the only cup in the whole tarot deck that has a lid on top. She has the cup though. That means you have to take the lid off. For you to get the promotion, which is very available to you, you have to ask for it and you have to show them why you deserve it. It may be being a little more assertive or showing more. Like this is a very interesting thing, Yvonne. This is a very interesting thing. I don't know if it's the same because I think maybe in Soviet times in Ukraine, women had jobs just alongside of men, right? But we as women in the United States, I think this is an issue for us. We expect someone to ask us or expect someone to notice us because how do we move through life? We're constantly being noticed. Guys are going, hey, good looking. And the guy asks the woman out for a date, right? The woman doesn't ask the man out for this. This is traditional, usually what happens, right? My generation.
In nature, I will clarify. If I know only a few species of animals where a female is more active than a male.
Yeah. So but it's also a social, acculturation thing. So as a result, women wait for somebody to notice us, and we wait, and then when we do something, we are like, tentative at times. We don't want to ask for what it is or go after, because maybe then people will think, oh, she's too masculine, or she's too bossy, or she's too bitchy, or she's too this. So we just wait for people to notice us. This can be, now I'm talking in generalizations. This is not everybody, not every situation, of course, but I feel like that may be your situation. She's very feminine queen. I think of the Queen of Cups being the most feminine, most motherly, most like squishy and, emotional and adorable and psychic and all that stuff, right? But she's not showing and not going for it. So what I see for you is to demonstrate for them. And there's a very interesting thing that my friend pointed out. Oh, Adrija says, all the best, Yvonne. May you be safe and get some ample rest. Oh, it's so sweet. Thank you, Adrija, for all your donations.
Thank you.
So one of the things that I think is very interesting is that a friend to me says, actually, Miss Kelly at the Parlor of Wonders, we were talking, and we were at a thing, and she said, men will ask and ask and ask until somebody says no. They'll just do it until somebody says no, right? This is like, we see this in male-female relationships, where the man will be like, oh, come on, go on a date with me, come out with me, come out with me, come out. And then finally she has to go, no, leave me alone. And then maybe he'll get the message, right? Not typical, not all men, not all, but I'm saying this is like the kind of the caricature, right? The general thing. Women are used to being asked for something. So Miss Kelly says, men just go until you say no. I said, I'm going to do that right now. I don't care. What do I care? So we were at this event, and there were people there getting tickets that were the employees. We were vending this event, but there were employees there that were getting tickets for a free smoothie. So I said, I'm going to go stand in the line. All they can do is tell me no, I'll just go and get a ticket. So I walked up, and they gave me a ticket. They didn't ask if I worked there or anything. So I got a free smoothie. So then I said, hey, you got to go get your free smoothie. But that's the point. Instead of waiting for someone to come over and say, would you like a smoothie? I went and got a smoothie. So now it's like, go out and get it, right? So that's the message for you, Roxandra. That's the message for you, is to go get it. Like, your job, you've been overlooked. You need to show them what you've done. You need to demonstrate. You need to go, look, I've done this and this and this, and I've been working here for this many years, and I've seen many people get promoted. I'm ready for my turn. Here's what I've done for you guys. It's like being a little, we say in leaning in, right? You're going to be a little pushy, but the pushy one sometimes gets what they need, right? Right? So I don't know. What do you think, Yvonne?
As for me, I do like shy women, but of course, every human being has to be persistent from time to time.
But this is about work. Yeah, this isn't about relationship. This is about work, right?
About work, everyone have to be persistent.
Right. Everybody has to ask for what it is that they want and show why you're deserving of this. That's the thing. Show them why you're deserving, because we say, there's a saying in English, toot your own horn.
You never would be noticed.
Exactly.
Without activity.
Right.
Of course. I know this as an HR in the past. So I perfectly know how people, grab upstairs into the career ladder.
Yeah.
They are active, and they show, so they are not silent. For example, they do something very important for the company, and they are not silent. They are telling, look, I did this, and this is normal, because he really did this.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the working world. I mean, traditionally, if we look at like the last, 100, 150 years, or maybe even more, it was men that were in that world, and women weren't so much. There were some that were, but it wasn't so much. So it does have a sort of masculine energy to the working world. It doesn't mean that we can't change it. I mean, it should change and be more compassionate or more, unified and more collective, right? I think that's always a good thing. But in terms of, waiting for that promotion, you got to ask for it and show them, and not just wait for them to notice you. That's what I'm seeing here, because it's available to you. That Emperor card is saying it's available to you. Mihai, okay, great. Mihai, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Mihai, you have your question. I think that's our last one. And Ivana has to go out and buy groceries today too. And I need to get some dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's been a crazy day. All right. Okay, Mihai, will I get a promotion soon? Oh no, that was Mihai's question. Ruxandra had another question. I'm so confused. I'm so sorry. Mihai, that was your question. Okay, let's do 2 cards. So I read the wrong person on the wrong cards, but let's see what it is. All right, we'll see what we get. If we get a different answer or same answer or something. So Mihai, will I get a promotion soon? And then Ruxandra. Oh my goodness. Ruxandra, what are your questions? Did you get it? Oh, and then Cynthia has a question. Okay, let's get these done and so I can get some dinner. We need food for this granny, but I'll provide my own. You don't have to buy my food. Okay, so Mihai, so sorry. All right, so Ruxandra, I need your question. Cynthia, I need your question. Okay, Mihai. No, oh, Mihai, my question is, no, that was right. Okay, Ruxandra was the one on the thing. Okay, thank you. No promotion for me. Is Radu thinking about me? Okay, great. Thank you. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm losing my mind. I've been working a long day today. All right. And then Cynthia has a question. All right. Question from Cynthia. Is it up there? Question upper on the list. Can you, Love Witch, can you repost it at the bottom? Okay. Jason, your question is about promotion. Not about promotion. It's about, I'm losing my mind. Is about, let me get back to it. Okay. Radu thinking about me. Okay. And I'm guessing it's a romantic relationship. Okay. Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. So we have the Emperor card come up again. I put the cards back in randomly. I don't leave them on top or anything like that. But the Emperor card may be someone who looks at you like a father figure, because this sometimes represents a father energy to it. Now, it could be that Radu is thinking about you and thinking about you. Maybe I don't know if you're older. I don't know if this is like you're more established, but this is definitely like a respectful kind of thing, but can sometimes be a little distant, right? Like if we look at the father figure, we're not going to have romantic feelings about the father figure, obviously, but it could be somebody I respect very much. It could be somebody that she thinks, I don't know if there's an age gap between the two of you, but maybe she thinks that you're older than her. I don't know, but there's definitely a respect there, but I don't necessarily get the romantic feelings about this. This isn't a romantic guy. This is a business guy, right? Do you guys work together? Oh, he was my friend. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So this is somebody that looks at you with respect, right? Maybe he also thinks you're a little stubborn. All right. I need these details when I don't know anything, if you're not telling me if it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or what. All right. So Mihai, this is somebody who looks at you with respect, but also maybe thinks you're a little stubborn. Look at that guy. He's in charge. Sometimes I think that this is like my way or the highway energy. It's got to be my way. There's rocky mountains in the background. He's on a stone throne. This guy is not changing his mind. So are you being a little stubborn? He was a friend. He blocked me. We don't talk anymore. And I don't know if we ever will. He thinks you're stubborn. I think you think he's stubborn, but you think he's stubborn, but he thinks you're stubborn. So there's maybe a little bit of a face-off. Is there something that he feels like that you owe him too? Because the Justice card comes up, which means he feels like there's something that was out of balance in your friendship. He feels like you owe him something, or he feels like, things were not balanced. So that's what I'm seeing here. Are you guys in this situation, Mihai, is where there's no communication, he blocked you? Are you able to send him a letter? Is there something that you could do to be a little softer, or maybe apologize or own your part of it? Because it might not be like maybe you both had a part in this, block. But what I'm seeing he thinks of you is that you are not being fair to him, and there may even be a legal issue around it. And also he feels like you're being stubborn, and I think you think he's being stubborn, and he thinks you're being stubborn, and there we are at a standoff. So Aries energy too, right? Is an Aries energy, right? That's I mean, this is the card of like somebody who is fight first and ask questions later, right? So somebody's got to give here. This is Mihai. Somebody's got to make the first move. Somebody's got to reach out and say, hey, I'm really sorry. I'd like to talk. I don't know why you blocked me. He thinks you're being stubborn. And he feels like things were unfair. So you have to have a conversation to figure out what that is, right? So stubborn energy on both parts, I think. Nobody's trying to bridge the gap or be friendly. All right. Okay. Cynthia question, $20 for card and extra $10 for extra donation. 2 cards with extra donation. Thank you, Cynthia. What do I need to know? Career and love. Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything to apologize. Well, I'm not telling you. Oh, wait, let me go back to this one. I'm not saying that there is something that apologizes. This is how he feels about you. So you may not be aware of what you did, quote unquote, wrong. And you might not have done anything wrong, but from his perception, you are stubborn and there's something that was unjust. Why else would he block you? I mean, it makes sense. He blocked you because he's mad at you, and he's mad at you because he feels like you did something wrong. You probably didn't. Maybe it's a big misunderstanding, right? You say something. I mean, I've had these in my life where I've had a friend, and I had one friend where they texted me, and then I saw the text, and then I was driving or something, and then I forgot about it, and I didn't text back. And they are like, why didn't you text me back? Are you mad at me? And I said, oh no, I just totally forgot. I saw it and then I forgot. So they got mad at me because I didn't text back. You see, I didn't do anything quote unquote wrong, but I was forgetful and I was driving or whatever, but they took it like I was ignoring them on purpose, you see? So his perception, you asked what he's thinking, not the reality of the situation, but what he's thinking. So he thinks you need to apologize, and he thinks you're being stubborn, but you may not. It may be a misunderstanding, okay? All right, so Cynthia's question, what do I need to know? Career and love, $20 for the cards and 10 for extra donation. Okay, all right. All right, let's see. Career and love. Let's take a look, Cynthia. Okay. Oh, look at you. Okay. Career, strength card showing up. Remember I said before when this card came up, this is entrepreneurial energy. This is also leaning in. So career, you might be an entrepreneur. That might be it. But even if you're working for someone else, it's bringing the energy of an entrepreneur to the job. What does that mean? Means that you're going to give it your all. You're going to solve problems. You're going to come up with solutions. It's kind of like wearing a lot of hats when you're an entrepreneur. You have to be willing to take risks, and you have to be willing to try new things. So bringing that enthusiasm and energy of the entrepreneur to your career is going to be great. If you're thinking about starting a business, this is also good for starting a business. Maybe it's a side business, or maybe it's your business. This is very good for career. It means you're going to be responsible for all of it, but you're in charge of all of it. Wonderful to see. This is a wonderful card. If it feels a little scary to take that leap, it's a good sign. Lean into it. Think of Xena. Do whatever you can to be in that place where you feel like oh, is this okay? And then just lean in and do it, right? Be strong. This is a beautiful card to see. And I love seeing that. Wonderful card for career. And especially if you're thinking about doing your own business or bringing in maybe a little side business, but wherever, even if you're working for someone else, it's taking initiative, taking risks, and problem solving. That's what an entrepreneur does, right? Gives it their all. Relationship. You asked about relationship, career, and love. New romance on the horizon. Page of Cups is like a fun and flirty relationship, very heart connected. Could be a little bit like up and down, like, could be hot and cold a little bit, but definitely flirty and fun. It's more of like a playful relationship, This is like having fun together, but maybe not such a serious relationship. That's what's on the horizon for now. And maybe that is what you want right now, is just some fun right now and have some fun. But it's somebody who's super sweet, might be someone who's slightly younger than you, not dramatically younger than you, but could be slightly younger than you, but brings a lot of zest and enthusiasm. The feelings will be very like butterflies in your stomach. It'll be a lot of excitement, a lot of sweetness too. This is a heart card, a emotional card, so there's a lot of sweetness in the card as well. But very playful, fun energy, very playful. I wouldn't just put too much energy into thinking about long term about this relationship, but it's a very fun fling, very fun energy, very fun fling is what I see. Yeah. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Did I get everybody? I think so. Did I get everyone? Love Witch, Buchanan. I'm hungry, and I've been here for 3 hours doing this, an hour teaching a class, and an hour doing another reading. I'm ready for dinner. It's 9 o'clock and I haven't had my dinner. So, all right, you guys, we're going to be doing this next week. I hope I see you guys next week. Same time, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having lots of fun raising money for these grannies. We'll meet a new granny next week. Can't wait to see who we meet, what little cutie we're going to see, this cute grannies we're going to see. And Yvonne, I wish for you some peace and quiet, a quiet night, silent night. I hope that comes. I hope you get a nap today too. And let's see how much money we made for the grannies. Oh, that's what everybody likes to see. Okay. So on Venmo, we have 350, probably a little bit more, maybe 360, because I have to look at that. And then I will send you the total amount right away. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Please get some food for me and some rest for you, says Cynthia. You guys are so sweet. We had 25 from Mihai, and then the other account. So that makes it 350, 360. Let's say it's 360, and 25 is 385. And then let me check the other account. This is why I want to do it all in one account. But let's see what we got on the other one. So what is the math, Yvonne? You're my math guy. Can you think right now? Can you add?
Add what?
360, 25, 385.
Yeah.
And then we have one more amount. Hold on. Why isn't it going? Oh boy, why isn't it opening for me? Hold on.
Can I make an announcement while you're
please do
this?
that. Yeah.
Guys, if you want me to tag you in my graded post, So I know about all the new friends that I will add to my friend list immediately. But for example, if you became my friend a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I hear only your names here. So I don't know, was it you or was it someone else with the same name? So please write me a message on Facebook, something like, we were together this evening. So I would know that it was you who donated, and in this case, I can tag you. Because it's really a mess to deal only with the names. I cannot be sure. You understand? Yeah, I hope.
Yes. So if you donated today, go follow Yvonne. I can't get into my PayPal for some reason. I don't know why, what's going on, but I'll find out. You've tried too many times. Try again later. Okay, so I'll give you the total amount. I'll find out what it is. It doesn't like me going back and forth, I guess. So I'll give you that total amount. I'll find out what it is. I'll look on my email. It'll tell me, and then I'll send that to you. And for the rest of you guys, have a great evening. For you in Europe, have a great morning. Have a great day, peaceful day, and I hope you get some rest. And I can't wait to see the grannies that we helped today. It's going to be a
Thank you
great
very
day.
much. I will probably take an hour nap and then we'll dive into work. And according to the amount, I can predict that the day will be very active, and most likely my post will be later than usual, because I see no less than 10, maybe 12 grannies here.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, because we not only deliver, we always spend some time in speaking to grannies, because most of them are lonely and they need somebody to talk with.
It's so nice. It's so beautiful. Thank you again, Yvonne. Thank you to all of you guys who donated. And it was my joy to do these readings for you. You are so wonderful, so generous. Thank you so much. This is like my super passion, is to help people in Ukraine. And I love helping, like where we can actually see the people that we're helping. We can talk to you, can ask you questions, see the stories. This is like the best, right? This is the best. So thank you, Yvonne, for taking the time to come and share the stories of the grannies, and your insights on the readings are really fun, and sharing with us what's happening in Ukraine, because people need to know what's happening, what the reality is that you're experiencing, and why it's so important for us to support you. And do what I always say, do one thing for Ukraine every day. Just one thing. It can be following Yvonne. It could be making a donation. It could be liking a post, making a nice comment, a supportive comment. All of those things help, because when you're suffering, to not feel alone is the most important thing. If you like and follow Yvonne, he's going to feel more, incentive and motivated to do this work, and feel like he's not alone doing this work. We're all in it with you. So, all right, everybody, I still got more work to do. I'm going to eat, and then I got more work to do. I would be up so late tonight. Oh my God. Okay. And then I got to work tomorrow. Round and around we go. All right, you guys, thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for staying with me, Yvonne. Get a little nap in, and we'll see you next week. Okay?
Good night, United States, and good morning, Scotland.
All right. Take care. We love you. We care about you. We want victory for Ukraine. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава. Bye-bye.
Bye.